F. Well, Mike Brown, as far as the Bruins are concerned, that's been kind of an up and down thing for them so far this season. And the keys to this ball game, I think, for Mike would be the fact that the Bruins need to get out ahead in a hurry.
That's right, because the other team likes to pass, so that would be an indication that they can strike quick and they can strike often. They scored 35 points, or 28 points, which is the most that they've scored, even though they're 0-5. Don't let that record fool you. Just ask the LP Cavaliers. They got bumped into a problem like that last night. But I think the key there is, St. Bede would like to control the clock and keep the ball out of the hands of a guy that likes to air it out.
Okay. We've got no audio going through.
Well. and St. Bede will be receiving the opening kickoff.
Coin toss is brought to us by North Central Bank in Ladd and Hennepin. You won't get tossed upside down with a mortgage from North Central Bank. Just heard the coach's interview a few minutes ago, and we'd have to take a look at what's the game time temperature, Mike?
Well, let's see if I can pull it. I think it's probably 82. I'm going to say 82 or 83.
Yeah, perfect sunshine here this afternoon for the ball game as well. And our game time weather is brought to us by Town & Country Services. Whether it's hot, cold, dark, or light, Town & Country Services is doing whatever it takes 24/7. Go to townandcountryservices.com to find out more. Going to see about working in one more break, and we'll come back for game action after this timeout.
Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. And our cutting-edge printing
Are you on, Sam?
long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the Locker Room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
To start this ball game, and Mike, we talked about it a little while ago, how important it is for the Bruins to get themselves out to a quick start in this ball game. We saw what happened to LP last night, going in playing a team that didn't have any wins and at their homecoming, and end up dropping it by 3 on the road last night.
And Rick, St. Bede has not played well at home this year. The big problem has been turnovers at home. They've turned the ball over 9 times. They've given their opponents very short fields, and they've had a problem with 3rd and 4th down conversions, only going 2 out of 15 in one of the losses. Improved a little bit on the next game at home that they got beat by Ridgewood. But again, turnovers gave Ridgewood 2 very short fields in a game they got beat by with 2 touchdowns.
As far as football scores from around the area last night, we talked about LP dropping one on the road at Woodstock, 17-14. Princeton defeated Kewanee. That was a big game. Kewanee came in undefeated, Mike, and Princeton took it to them 37-14. Hall with a nice win against Chillicothe IVC last night, 32-24. Ottawa with a 1-point win over Woodstock North, 28-27. That's LP's opponent this Friday night for the LP homecoming. Marquette over Ridgewood, 36-26. Newman beat Bureau Valley, 20-14. Streeter over Lyle, 54-21. And Morris rolls on against a highly thought of Richmond Burton team, 35-7. They won. They're just really good.
I think Princeton, again, making another good playoff push. I see where their nemesis the last 3 years. IC Catholic lost a 35-34 decision on a late 2-point conversion by, I believe it was St. Francis. They've been pushed up to 4A, so look for the Princeton Tigers to be making some noise in that 3A level. And St. Bede's opponent in 2 weeks is the Marquette Crusaders. And right now, St. Bede with 3 wins. This is almost a must-win because you got to have at least 5 wins to qualify for the playoffs. The Bruins only have 1 home game left after this, and then they're on the road against Marquette. It's always a tough homecoming road opponent. And, of course, Seneca, who is establishing themselves as the class of the new Chicago Prairie Land Conference.
Yeah, you've been exposed to that a lot more than I have, Mike. How's that conference working out as far as the competition levels and the travel time?
Well, the travel time, as we expected, it's been about a couple hours for the suburban trips. Unfortunately, I think some of the problems that they're having on that level is the fact that they have a problem with the numbers in a couple of the schools, and we have 2 schools that have forfeit each had a had to forfeit 2 games.
The invocation being read from up above in the national anthem, and we'll be ready to play football. If you're watching on the stream this afternoon, welcome. Have a little problem with our radio side, but the stream is working. Now our national anthem.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave in the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our national anthem from the St. Bede Academy, and we're just about ready to put the football in the air. Our kickoff for this afternoon's ball game is brought to us by Eureka Savings Bank. Eureka is proud to be a part of this community, helping people just like you since 1885, and still the best place to borrow, the best place to save. It's Eureka Savings Bank. There was only one other high school football game in the area, and that doesn't start, I think, until about 3 o'clock. Mendota has a home game today. Here's the kickoff. It's in the air and down range. It's going to be fielded about the 15-yard line. Breaking it back up the middle for the Bruins. And the ball came out late, but that was whistled dead beforehand, way after the whistle. Like Halden Hunenberg on the return right there for St. Bede. So St. Bede clad in their all green top to bottom with white trim and white numerals, green football helmets. Elmwood Park in gold pants with white uniform tops trimmed in black.
But it's great to be able to see the numbers on both teams.
How about that? Yeah.
That's been a rarity this year for some reason.
There's a quarterback keeper to start things off for the Bruin, and I think that was at Bray.
That was Max Bray, number 9.
Bray got the start. He and Gino Ferrari will both be seeing action at quarterback for St. Bede. Last ball game, they decided they were going to go to a 2-quarterback offense, and on that play they got nothing. It's 2nd down 10, just underway here at the Academy on a homecoming afternoon, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better day. Maybe a little cooler, but boy, it's a bright, splash, sun-filled field. Great day to watch football.
High snap. Bray is able to handle it, though, and breaks it over the right side out.
Got about
just
4.
Past the 40. Gain of around 4, as Mike said on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 coming up for the Bruins. They're going to call it a gain of 5. Got them a pretty generous spot right there.
And this has been St. Bede's really bugaboo is 3rd and 4th down conversions on their home field. And first one of the game here coming up for the Bruins.
They swing twin receivers out to the left, single receiver to the right, one back alongside Bray. Barks out signals, another high snap, but he's able to haul it down, but couldn't do anything with it. Just went forward and got what he could. And St. Bede is going to be a couple of yards short, make it actually 4 yards short of the first down. He only got a yard on that one. So see if St. Bede elects to go for it here on 4th or punt it away. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, Bray is also the punter, so let's look for maybe the old famous John Gaughan shift to punt formation here.
Yeah. Not so far here anyway.
Well, interesting.
Now I think Elmwood Park just took a timeout period here. They did.
Yes, they did. I don't think they expected St. Bede to be going for it at this stage of the game. First timeout for Elmwood Park at the 10:04 mark. They have 2 left.
Scoreboard update brought to us by McDonald's in Spring Valley. This quick, fast, and courteous. That's the key to Spring Valley McDonald's on Route 6 in Spring Valley. Here's some of the games from around. As we said, in high school football, the only other game, Riverdale at Mendota. That's a 3 o'clock kick at the home of the Trojans. Cubs at Milwaukee, and just about ready to pull life support out on the Cubs. San Diego at Chicago, the White Sox this evening, 6:10. And Cincinnati at St. Louis. That's a 6:15 ball game.
Well, I think the White Sox have been on life support since about the middle of June.
Yeah, I think we don't even talk about them anymore. You and I are both White Sox fans. Like Bray was trying to get him to jump. He takes the ball around to the left side. He's got room. He's got first down yardage and more. Bangs out inside the 40 to about the 43-yard line, where he's finally gang tackled.
18
but a great
yards.
job by Bray, tucking that one and just going around the side, and a nice gain on the play, and a fresh set of downs for the Bruins, and a conversion, as you said, Mike, a big 4th down conversion, and they'll go from right around the 43-yard line. Twin receivers again to the left side, the short side of the field for St. Bede. They bring a slot to the far side. Now they bring a man in motion. That's Hunenberg. And they go on a jet sweep, and flags are down.
I think Hunenberg turned up toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was
a little bit
snapped.
early, you're right. So let's see if they take it or take the down or take the penalty here. I think they're probably going to walk off 5. Yeah, they call it 2 men in motion, it looked like, Mike.
Either way, it's going to cost St. Bede 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15 moves it back to about the 48-yard line. 9:37 for the first quarter. No score at the Academy between St. Bede and Elmwood Park. Glad to have you watching on the stream this afternoon. Here's the quick hitch pass, comes to the side, and it's too much for Alex Ankiewicz to be able to handle. That was just thrown a little bit low. Had he caught it, he wasn't going to gain anything anyway.
That was well covered.
It was. They sniffed that one out. Bray looking for his signals from the sideline. Goes back to the huddle on 2nd down and 15. Ball inside Elmwood Park territory at their 48. Now St. Bede sends trips to the left side. Single receiver to the right. Single back set. Bray out of the shotgun. Barks out signals. Gets to hit the hike from center and breaks a tackle, breaks another. He's got running room inside the 30, inside the 20. He may go. Touchdown. Max Bray and the Bruins are on the board.
"48-yard run.
48-yard run at 9:08 of quarter number 1. The Bruins get on top. Extra point try coming here.
Ryan Solomon, I believe, if they're going to kick it.
Ryan Solomon is the kicker for St. Bede. And he is in there right now, wearing number 98. He's not even on my roster. Here's the perfect snap from center. It's down range, and the kick is very good. So with 9:08 to go in the first quarter, St. Bede has struck first. We said how important that was, Mike. And they did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, they did.
On a nice drive down the field, led by their senior quarterback, Max Bray.
And overcame probably their biggest bugaboo at home, the 3rd and 4th down conversions. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down and missed the 3rd down. But I think a coach would take 50% in that category throughout the course of a game anytime.
So the Bruins 3-2 coming into this contest, and every game is really important if you want to get to the second season now, Mike.
It is. You need 5 to qualify.
They're going to have to beat one of 3 pretty good teams here at the end.
And I think when you look at the way the thing is set up in Illinois anymore, with shrinking enrollments and with higher low enrollment, that almost, even though it's an iffy for a lot of the teams at 5 wins, I think it's going to be in years to come almost an automatic qualifier with 5 wins, and just very few that won't make it.
Well, that's fine. I'm not worried about that because I thought I was doing it, but are you not getting anything? Yeah. Well, I was still doing play-by-play for the video. So. Okay, well, I hope. How will you be able to tell when we're, if I'm coming through? Okay. No, not right now. Not hearing anything other than you. Okay, I'll go and call me if it. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Okay, go ahead. Yard line, it's going to be first down, Elmwood Park. Well, we think we might be back on the air as far as our radio side is concerned. Mike Sabatini, thanks for bearing with us on the video. St. Bede with the lead here, 7-0 after they took the ball on their opening drive. Now Elmwood Park has got a decent run back on the kickoff after the touchdown by St. Bede. They have advanced all the way down into Bruin territory at about the 33.
Another 5-yard penalty on St. Bede for jumping, so it's a 1st and 5, so it's almost anything in the playbook here.
Yep. They've really got it spread out here. This is pretty much of a passing team. They don't run the ball much at all. Down range, that ball's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Bruins, and I think getting the ball for St. Bede was Gino Ferrari, number 8. He looked like he had some room, but apparently his knee touched down, and he's going to get the ball back inside the 10-yard line for St. Bede, where they'll take over deep in their own territory, but the defense did hold right there. So St. Bede with their second possession of the ball game.
7-yard line.
Officially the 7 here. So St. Bede keep it in that spread formation with twins to the right now. Here's Bray out of the shotgun and zigs and zags out over the 10 to about almost the 11-yard line. You're going to mark it right at the 10. So a pickup of 3. Second down, 7.
I would look for St. Bede to keep it pretty conservative in this part of the field.
Yeah, they don't want to turn it over down in deep here, that's for sure, Mike.
No, Elmwood Park showed that they do have the capability of moving the ball.
They do. When you throw the ball around, things can happen.
That's right.
Both good and bad. Here's the quick out by Bray. Gets it to the outside. Nothing going there. And Kawitz got the reception and got nailed immediately. 3rd down 7 coming up for St. Bede. No gain.
Also, if you're looking for restrooms, there's some portable restrooms located on the west side of the stadium by the softball field.
I got to look at those St. Bede State Championship rings a moment ago. Man, that's something. Looks like a Super Bowl ring.
I was going to say, got a little glitz to them.
They do.
Congratulations to Coach Sons and Rupert.
Well, Coach Rupert showed me his ring. I thought he was asking me to go steady for a while.
Oh, I thought he was going to ask you to kiss it.
Now it's the quarterback Bray, little stutter step move, close to a first down. They're going to give it to him.
Oh, wow, that was
Out to the 20.
Gain of 8.
They're going to mark it back at the 18, Mike.
Well,
So a gain of 6 actually on the play.
okay.
One official was standing up at the 20 and the other marked it back at the 18. So go figure.
Well,
The result is the same, a
it's
first
still
down.
a first down.
St. Bede stays spread out as far as the formation, brings a man in motion now from right to left. Bray keeps it again. He's found a little something he likes on that right side and finds a crease and able to get ahead for a couple.
Whenever they put the man in motion and that man moves over, it leaves a little blank there, and he gets the right block and gain a short gain. He got about 1 or 2. I'm going to call it a 1. Well, look,
Bray's a big kid, I tell you.
he is.
He can take it as far as the hits are concerned.
That's one of the
6'3",
things.
205.
That's one of the things we've noticed this year in this conference, Rick, is the quarterback size. It's almost major college quarterback size for a lot of the teams in this conference.
Here's a quick slant to Ankewitz. He's got it near the 29 or so. Let's see where they mark him.
Pretty close to the first down.
Looks like he's going to, yep, he's got it. So give him a gain of 7 on the play and another Bruin first down.
And Kawitz is quick. Yeah, I mean, he's sneaky quick. I think we're going to win. Well, sorry,
So
boys.
4:40 for the first quarter. St. Bede up 7-0, but they've had the ball all but about 4 or 5 plays in this first quarter.
Well, Class 73 is going to be a short one.
There's a little reverse. They hand the ball over to Marco Rizzi, number 7, I believe. He's got some room down the sideline. That's Ankewitz.
Yeah.
Ankewitz down the sideline, pushed out of bounds inside the 5. A double reverse by the Bruins. They're pulling them all out today. And Alex Ankewitz got it, galloped down the near sideline, and was finally pushed out of bounds, looks like around the 4. Huge run by Ankewitz.
66 yards.
For a second, I thought that was a number 7, and it was actually number 1. So now the Bruins with both quarterbacks in the backfield, both Ferrari and Bray. Out of the shotgun formation. Here's Bray with it, gets a block from Ferrari and dances into the end zone, almost untouched from 4 yards away. .335 remaining in the first quarter, and it's been all St. Bede so far. So Ankewitz with an interception earlier, and now the big touchdown, or not touchdown run, but the run that sets up the easy touchdown. Here's the ball down range. It's kicked, and it is good again. 14-0 St. Bede here in quarter number 1 with 3:55 to go in it. Going to about according to plan right now, Mike.
Yeah, and I'm sure just the way Jim Eustace would like it. Well, Rick, that was a 93-yard touchdown drive in 7 plays.
That's right. They started back on their own 7 after the interception by Ankewitz. And then he's instrumental in setting up the second touchdown.
I tell Jim.
3:55 to go here in quarter 1.
He's not looking.
So the Bruins will kick off for the second time after receiving the opening kickoff.
Well, unfortunately, I think the class of 73 might be short one person in the class picture if they want to take it in the second quarter.
Why would that be? You?
That's right.
By the way, our touchdowns for the ball game are brought to us by SITK Kitchen and Bath. Let the winning team at SITK Kitchen and Bath score a winning design for you. SITK Kitchen and Bath. Let's imagine together. And the extra point brought to us by Financial Plus. In the credit union in Peru, Ottawa, Mendota, Morris, and Diamond. The plus is you at Financial Plus.
I think the biggest problem with getting a lot of those people down there for the second quarter is to drag them away from the reunion tent in the Tower Field area. That might be a major accomplishment.
So the ball will be in play after the kickoff.
About the 30-yard line?
Right at the 30-yard line. By the way, our red zone activities here this afternoon brought to us by Edward Jones, Derek Brayton agent. So here comes Elmwood Park with their second possession. They look to pass. Pass by Fritz is good to the outside. Nice gain on first down.
Almost 10
It
yards.
goes to
22.
Danny Dahoney, number 22, for a gain of right about 8. Second down and a couple. Clock running, 3:30 for quarter one. 14-0 St. Bede here in the early going. Trip receivers to the right side now for Elmwood Park. Fritz looked like he's trying to draw the defense right there. A little hard count, but he still stays in there right now. St. Bede looks to blitz a little bit, and they get him to throw the ball a little early. It's incomplete. Fritz had to unload. Look to his tight end, Jarius Ponce, but it was just a little bit too far in front of him. It'll be a third down and a couple.
After they looked like St. Bede jumped and got back, he never could get settled on offense again. Got him a little bit, timing sync a little bit off.
Now they got a trip formation over here where they look like they might be trying to set up a wide receiver screen over here to the near side. And now flags fly, whistles blow. Was it delay a game?
Either that or
illegal procedure.
I was going to say. I think one of the two lead receivers took off just a tad early.
So 5-yard mark off against Elmwood Park. That's a big difference between 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 7. I'll tell you that.
Yes, it is. Wouldn't be surprised to see defensive coordinator Mike Bema send some dogs on this one.
Dial up a little blitz. See what happens. They keep the same formation, Mike, with the trips in a bunch here to the right side of their package. And they try and do that, and St. Bede had it sniffed out, but just couldn't get through the screen over there. And now you're going to have a flag down, and I think it's going to be a holding call. So that's going to come back. Flag flew out at about the 37-yard line,
and
where that was again Dahoney over there, and going to be guilty of the hold.
I think St. Bede would take that one. That's a 10-yard walk-off.
And it erases a first down, a big gainer.
Yeah, it does.
So it's a 10 yards on the piece of paper, but the penalty is a lot more costly than that.
It is. I think that's a good choice there. Now you really put a team into a hole.
Looks like third down around 17 now.
That's probably
no, they did it from the point of the infraction, Mike, right. So it's third and about 13.
Now they go back to the two wides on each side, and they've been fairly successful at they've completed the two passes that they've thrown out of this formation.
Now they don't know where they want their running back to be. Fritz back to pass. Wings went over the middle. He finds a man.
Wow,
That's
was a nice
Timothy
play.
Chillis, number 6, excuse me. That was Jarius Ponce who got that one and brings it all the way out near midfield. In fact, right at midfield, and it'll be a fresh set of downs for Elmwood Park here.
On a 20-yard completion. I'm surprised St. Bede didn't put a little more pressure on that time.
So 1st and 10 from midfield. 14-0 St. Bede. Elmwood Park on the run right now. The handoff goes to Isaiah Gomez. Gomez stutter steps over the left side. Picks up maybe about 3. See where they mark this one now. It might be Gomes getting up a little bit slow. He was the ball carrier, and he's still down on the field right now.
Alumni and friends, those who have reserved tickets for the Bruins brunch, please pick them up at the Alumni Association tent and sign up for the St. Bede Alumni Connect.
So they're out there tending to the ball carrier, I believe, was Gomez, who looks like they're working on his leg right now.
I'm trying to think.
And we'll take a timeout here as well. We'll be back right after this.
I didn't catch his number.
Oh boy, I don't know what to tell you on that. Have no idea. So a minute. Yeah, just tell me when you hit. Back at the academy, and now a 4th down and about 4 coming up for Elmwood Park, and a flag flies again, and they're going to mark off 5 more against the Tigers, as they have just been their own worst enemy in this game so far as penalties are concerned.
You haven't won a game, 4th and 9. I don't think they're going to bring the punt team on anytime soon.
Well, that probably not. I mean, when you don't have a win, it's time to pull out the stops and see what you can get done. Looks like they're trying to draw St. Bede offside now again with a hard count. St. Bede didn't fall for it. And now they're going to punt it, and it's a terrible punt. It's like a shank, and it's fair caught at about the 37-yard line by Gino Ferrari, who had just made a play breaking up a long pass moments before that.
It's a 13-yard punt.
So St. Bede again with great field position. Just a little over a minute to go here in quarter 1. St. Bede 14-0. I feel like we've got the equipment put together with baling wire and chewing gum right now, but we are on the air back at the station.
Well,
I think Mike Sabatini's getting a good feed from us as far as the video is concerned, so we'll just keep on keeping on right now. There's Bray in at quarterback again. Fake the handoff, keeps it himself. We've got a little crease again. Darts outside the 45 and out near the 47-yard line. Another first down for St. Bede, as they have just been workmanlike so far.
Well, he's got 10 carries for 97 yards right now. Not a bad average.
Yeah, I should say. And this is probably maybe the last play of the quarter coming up here. Down to 40 seconds to go here in the first. St. Bede sends trip receivers to the left side. Single receiver right. Single back set. Bray out of the shotgun. Nearly fumbled the snap. Then hands it straight ahead. St. Bede may go. There's a long, long run. And another touchdown for the Bruins. Was that Landon Marquez, number 36?
No, I think that's the freshman. I think that is Jackson. Let's see, 36 here. Let me grab the.
I've got Landon Marquez as number 36.
Okay, that's who it is. Yep, Landon Marquez, and he is a freshman running back.
And he was rumbling. I tell you, once he got through that initial surge, got to the linebackers, he just turned it on. And for a good-sized kid, he made it look easy. Here's the kick down range again. It's good again. And the St. Bede lead goes to 21-0 with 25 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. At halftime, a couple of the St. Bede coaches from that state championship softball team will be by to talk to us. Sean Sons and Rob Rupert, the brain trust, and I use that very loosely terminology-wise. I can say that about Rupes. I've lived next door to him for, I guess probably well over 30 years, so we're not sure who's wrecked the neighborhood first over there on St. Vincent's in LaSalle.
Well, Marquez gallops about, I don't know, was it 54 yards or?
Well, they were at the 47, I believe, Mike, so it would have been 53.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Well, we'll give it to them, and they can correct it on the stat sheet later.
There you go. So St. Bede will kick off again here. I mean, this is nice as far as the weather's concerned, but nice result for homecoming day. As far as the fans here, they can kind of take it easy as their Bruins have come out to a 3-touchdown lead. Ready to swing into the ball at the 40. Kind of a little squibby kick from the middle of the defense, and Elmwood Park just falls on it at about the 31.
I think that first one scared them a little bit.
Yeah, Nate Letter, number 3, just fell on that one rather than risk a fumble, and they're going to get it at around the 31, maybe 32-yard line, right in between the two.
That was a 64-yard, 3-play drive.
So the guy who was injured on that last play, Isaiah Gomez, is back in the game, so it's good to see that. Out of the shotgun formation, quick pass to the sideline, and there's some room to roam over there as the pass from Fritz was complete to Timothy Chillis, or to make that Ponce. It's number 6, not number 8 over there. So get it all the way out to midfield, so a 19-yard pickup on that one for the Tigers. They're getting some yards in between the 30s, Mike, but St. Bede defense has been able to stiffen after that. Here's the shotgun formation again. They're passing on almost every down. The horn goes off to end the quarter, and another nice completion of about 16 yards. And that's going to do it for the end of quarter number one. At the end of one, St. Bede 21 and Elmwood Park nothing. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
The Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. and our cutting-edge printing ensures vibrant, long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the locker room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
And that's the second time they've done that on St. Bede now. Actually, the third, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Number 1.
Pass complete to Garcia. Tackle finally made by Garrett Conley. The ball's going to be spotted at the 12-yard line, and that's going to be another first
Yeah.
for Elmwood Park.
Are you hearing me through the phone, or are you hearing me through the? Elmwood Park has driven the ball right down the field, and they're inside the St. Bede 10 now.
At the 3-yard line, I believe it is.
And a first down right there to give in the backfield. There's nothing going for Johnny Barada, number 4.
Made by Conley. No gain on the play. Second and goal.
So it'll be a second down and goal from the 2 right there. Fritz, the quarterback, still trying to go with the hard count, not helping it himself right there as far as that's concerned. And now Elmwood Park has just jumped. David Swanik, the right guard, decided he was going to go a count early. So back it up to the 7, where it'll be second down and goal from there. 10:45 for the first half. St. Bede up 21-0.
He's really getting a lot of time to throw, and he's got some nice short routes and some really good quick receivers that found the holes in the St. Bede defense.
So Twins to the right side, single back set. Fritz fakes to the handoff, now has to scramble, and he's going to go down. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
In there on the tackle for the Bruins was Garrett Conley, number 55.
I think they're going to mark him right back at the 7, so it brings up a third down and
third and goal from there.
The 7.
I tell you, there's a nice crowd out here, and some of them are actually fanning themselves. It's so warm. Well into the above 80 degrees here at game time.
1 out of 3 on third down conversions for the ball club from Elmwood Park right now.
So here's Fritz again out of the shotgun on third down. Low snap, looks to the middle, ball nearly intercepted again. Hoonenberg in there to knock that one away. Looked like he was going to intercept it, just couldn't quite hold on to it. They'll make it 4th and goal from the 7. Boy, he read the quarterback's eyes really well on that.
Well, now what the holdup is, I heard the coaches up here yell, and he held it, but...
Yeah, I don't think so. So 4th and goal from the 7 for Elmwood Park. They trail 21-0. He tries to hard count all the time, and I think St. Bede is wise to that now.
And the left in left early. I don't think they caught it, though.
in the end zone, and it's complete for a touchdown. Touchdown for Elmwood Park. It's one of those you just throw to the corner of the end zone, hope your guy can go up and get it, and they did. I'm still trying to see who that was.
It was Fritz, I believe it was.
Michael Fritz got the pass from Matthew. Here's the extra point try, and it's in the air, and it is good. That's Anthony Gutierrez, who's the kicker, and he was able to get it through to cut the St. Bede lead to 2 touchdowns now with 9 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hope you're enjoying the game here on WLPO and on our live stream on the internet. YouTube, the WLPO YouTube channel. So the Bruins will receive a kickoff now.
Now you'd look for maybe a little onside type of a kick.
Possible.
They proved they can move the ball.
St. Bede, I know, has dressed a lot of the freshmen and sophomores for this homecoming game. Ball booted downrange pretty well, down to about the 11-yard line, where it's picked up over there and run back. Hunenberg got that return out right near the 30-yard line.
That was a 70-yard, 8-play drive for the score.
Plenty of offense to look at here so far in the ball game. Still 9:45 remaining in the first half.
Hey, we don't have a safety, we don't have a corner. We don't have a corner over there.
So the Bruins go right back to the same stuff. Bray still in at quarterback and plows his way outside the 30 to about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. Gain of almost 3 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 7 as the clock begins to run here. And St. Bede would like nothing better than to grind out the rest of this half if they can. Here's Bray waiting for the snap. He gets it, hands it off straight ahead, plowing for some yardage again. That was Marquez, I believe.
Yeah, Marquez.
Landon Marquez pounds ahead to about the 36-yard line.
Third and
4 coming up. Bruins like to keep the ball here. They want to give it right back to a team that showed that they can move it on the offensive side. And St. Bede way early that time as the wide receiver on the near side, that's Hunter Savage, took off about a count early. So mark it back 5, and St. Bede will have a much tougher time here on 3rd down and 9.
Oh, that's 4 penalties now on a false start or offsides on a hard count. And really at this stage of the season, you think that might show a little bit better improvement. Makes it a much harder 3rd and 9 and instead of a 3rd and 4.
Tell you, it's lucky there's a little bit of a breeze out here right now.
Thank goodness.
People would be roasting, including yours truly. Here's Bray, drops the pass, gets it to the side, and it's complete to Carson Riva. But it's going to be way short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
About 5.
And almost 5.
Yeah, looks like
4th and 4 maybe.
Got the 5 yards back.
See what St. Bede does here. As you said, Bray is the punter. So you don't really know until the last minute if he's going for it or if he's punting it. Right now, it looks like they want to go for it on 4th down. And now a timeout called on the field by Elmwood Park again. That's the second one they had to burn for basically the same reason. They thought that there was going to be a punt that apparently wasn't going to occur.
Game for Bruins fans, including a lineup featuring St. Bede alumni until 8 p.m. tonight.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I got water coming.
Sorry, we've had some problems with the game here this afternoon, technically. Thanks to John Small and for his efforts back at the WLPO studios.
And we know how nerve-wracking that can be.
It is.
Again, for the class of 73, the Golden Heathen come down to the east end zone for a class picture and for the halftime ceremonies.
Plenty of activities going on at halftime down here. Mike Brown's going to dash from here down to the field where he can be with his classmates from the 50th anniversary class.
Oh, that looks like it's going to be a straight punt now.
And nobody deep for Elmwood Park.
Well, now somebody's going back. I don't know what that way. I don't think
I think St. Bede had to burn one now because I'm not sure they had the right personnel on the field.
I'm not so sure they had the right call.
Yeah.
It looked like when that man went in motion, it sort of.
Are still state sandwiches.
So the timeout here with 7:35 remaining in the first half. 21-7 in favor of St. Bede.
Well, Rick, as long as we got a little time here, send the congratulations out to my neighbor, Max Seneca, who's marrying Gabriela Morrow and the nuptials. So congratulations, Max, and to, as she's better known, Gabby. And we'll be hopefully joining them a little later and celebrating their nuptials today.
Oh, you've got a full day here, Mike, with your class and the game, and now a wedding to attend as well. Wow.
I think I'll sleep well tonight. Yeah. Now it looks like St. Bede's going to go for it rather than go back into a punt formation.
I think that's what they had wanted to do, and somehow the punt got called, so they took the timeout to reassess the situation. St. Bede, I believe, has 2 timeouts remaining.
They do, and unofficially one for Elmwood Park.
Here's the pass to the sideline, and Kawitz has it, breaks a tackle, breaks another. He's running free. He could go. And he's finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. What's that, about 54 yards, something like that?
It'll be 64 yards to the goal line.
See where they're going to mark this at the 9.
55 yards.
55-yard catch and run by Alex Ankewitz, who right now probably deserves a game ball out here. First and goal, Bruins from the 9. Like to pound in another one here if they can. Bray out of the shotgun. Follows the lead back, Marquez, and he's able to get down near the 5-yard line. Second down and goal for the Bruins from right around the 5 after a gain of 4. St. Bede does not need to get tricky here at all.
No, just ground pounded, as Coach Gahn used to say.
St. Bede taking their time coming out of the huddle. Bray. Now, looks like he called an audible right there. As Marcus switches to the other side, they're going to run basically the same play. Bray still churning his legs, very close. He's in for the touchdown. Max Bray, another TD run for him. And the St. Bede lead goes back out to 20 with the extra point try coming. The holder is Ryan Nawa. Here's the kick. Downrange, and it's good.
Howard's PAT is good. And the Bruins extend their lead out 28-7.
28-7 Bruins after the extra point. And they'll be kicking off again here. Was that the second touchdown for Bray in the ball game, Mike?
Oh, I think it's his third.
Yeah, you're right. It is third.
5-yard run. Get the
Third touchdown run for the senior quarterback, Max Bray, who's... I know they were talking about using Gino Ferrari, and they may use him in the second half, but right now you don't break something that's... don't fix something that's not broke for the St. Bede Bruins.
Well, looks to me like that was actually a 70-yard, 3-play drive. St. Bede has used, I mean, that's their touchdown drives today have been 6, 5, and now 2 3-yard touchdown runs back to back. 2 drives.
So St. Bede will kick it off again here.
This is the key possession for Elmwood Park. They can score here and not give St. Bede much time with the ball back. They get the second half kickoff so they can get the proverbial delayed 2-for-1.
That's right. Now I'm wondering if there must be an injured player over on the Elmwood Park sideline. It looks like one of the St. Bede trainers heading over there right now.
We talked about the propensity to pass. Elmwood Park has run 17 plays from scrimmage, 13 has been passes.
And that's what they do. Last week they had a negative 9 yards rushing and 280 yards passing. Now the kick is fielded back inside the 10.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds,
and he stepped out of bounds. No real pressure on him, but stepped out of bounds. Look at around the 15 maybe.
Have the ball there, 1st and 10.
So a break for St. Bede because they had a nice little wall built up on that right side for the return to Elmwood Park.
And of course there, in defense of the kicker, you just can't let that ball sit there because it is a free kick, and
that's right.
If the defensive team could come down there and fall on it, it would be their ball, which we've seen happen before.
Tell you might start seeing some cramping here in the second half too, Mike. These players aren't used to this really hot weather again after having some nice coolness for a while. It's a pretty warm day for football right in the middle of the afternoon too. So here's Fritz, swing pass out in the flat. There's some room out there. And again, it's that same guy. That's Isaiah Gomez. And he brings it all the way outside the 30.
Oh, I thought
near the 35.
I thought he stepped out further back, but I guess not.
Tightrope that sideline. So a pickup of 20 on the play. Brings it out to the 35 where it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. So plenty of time for another score here for Elmwood Park.
Is that Gomez that caught that?
Yeah, it was. Number 28. Fritz, bad snap from center, rolled back to him. He fielded it anyway. Whips it downfield. He's got a man. He could go all the way. That's Daniel Donati. Excuse me, Dahoney. Daniel Dahoney with the touchdown reception. 65 yards for the touchdown. Boy, you got to be aware of where their receivers are, and they've got some, Mike.
They have, and really, I think when they saw when that snap went bad, the defensive backs came up, and boy,
yeah, it froze everybody. You're right.
Yes, it did, and he got behind him. Oh, Mr. Booker and Mr. Beam, I don't think I'd want to be around them at halftime.
Gutierrez will attempt the extra point. I think St. Bede might have been offside as it was blown dead. Either that, there was movement. It was against Elmwood Park. They had a little illegal motion before the snap. So back it up 5 yards. That's not really a problem.
Not what he's the leg he's shown so far.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him.
That was a 85-yard drive in 2 plays.
Here's the snap. It's a good one. Ball down range, and it is no good. Must have been a little wide right, so that extra 5 yards did play a part. He had plenty of leg. He just pushed it a little bit to the right. So it's 28-13, just 3 ticks inside. 6 minutes to go here in half number 1. Perfect day here at the Academy. I see young number 54 in on special teams right now. The sophomore, Willie Sramick. I know him.
And his brother is
Ethan. Ethan's his cousin.
His cousin, who is also playing
at Eureka College.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So ready to get things lined up here for the kickoff, and there has been, if you had over or under 50 total points in this ball game, I hope you bet the over, because we've already got 41 points on the board, and it's 6 minutes until halftime.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the last time we see anybody score.
Nope. Here's the ball kicked down range, and it's taken by the Bruins right there. Halden Hunenberg got a little room, breaks it to the left side, out over the 40 to about the 41. A nice run back by Hunenberg. And St. Bede again with good field position to start their drive. Still, they have a couple of timeouts, I believe, 2 timeouts, and 5 minutes and 50 seconds to work with here at the Academy turf. And by the way, that field looks like it's in perfect condition.
Oh, I think that rain and then the weather, it just, came out just
perked up everything.
It sure did.
Including the weeds in my yard.
Well, I think if Coach Eustace would have his way, he'd like to see us score with about 2 seconds left.
Yep, that'd be okay. Here's a little jet sweep here to the right side. Hunenberg takes it, rolls out near the 45-yard line for a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Bruins. Clock running. 5.5 for the half. Mark it down actually at the 44. 2nd down, 6.
St. Bede has gotten 4 possessions. They've had 4 scores today. Like I said, it almost looks like your backyard Thanksgiving Day football game right now.
St. Bede sends a man in motion, but Bray keeps it. Rolls over one man and falls forward to about the 48.
Probably about 1.5 yards short.
About 2 yards short of a first down here.
That's a
3rd down and a couple.
Call it short 2 or a long 1.
Yep, either way you look at it. So Bray has gone all the way at quarterback so far. We do expect to see Gino Ferrari in there at some point in time this afternoon. Here's the snap to Bray again. He's got plenty of room for the first down and more. 1 tackle a beat, and they bring him down by a shoestring all the way inside Elmwood Park territory at the 30-yard line.
What happened, the man shot the gap and missed, and that opened up the middle for Bray, who now has 126 yards rushing.
And they'll start the clock rolling here, maybe. They were supposed to, and now they do. Bray again, the longer count this time. I think he's trying to rest. Hand it off to Marquez, and he bangs off a man, bangs off another. Stumbles forward for a gain of almost 9 on the play. At about the 1-yard line.
5 carries for 69 yards for the young Mr. Marquez.
He is a big, strong kid, I'll tell you that.
As a freshman.
Amazing. Second down and a couple. Bray keeps it. He's got room. He may go. He's inside the 10, inside the 5, in for the touchdown.
What is that? 4 touchdowns, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, we got a flag, though.
Flag down and see if this one's coming back.
That looks like it's a holding area.
That's in the holding area, isn't it?
But now it's 10 yards from the point of the fall, so he may have picked up the first down, depending on where the hold was.
I'm going to say not. I think that's coming back. It will negate the first down there. So it'll be a second down. Let's see where they spot this back to.
That's the 5th penalty already on St. Bede for 30 yards.
Yeah. They'll spot it back outside the 20, just outside the 25.
So it makes it second down and about 6.
Looks about right. Second and 6, second and 7, someplace in that general vicinity.
We'll split the difference and say second 6.5.
St. Bede, a man in motion there. They give it on a sweep, and nothing going over there that time for Jose De La Torre.
That's his first carry. Might have lost a couple.
Yeah, I think he did. He's back.
Loss of 3.
Back outside, near the, what, 30-yard line, 29-30. So third down coming up, 3rd and 10. St. Bede definitely in 4-down territory here. They bring Ferrari in now, and he splits out wide to the right side. Mark is the single back. They fake it to him. Bray keeps it. He's got some running room. Jumps over one man and
easily
brought down inside the 20.
He's close to the first down.
I think he's got it. I think he picked up about 11 on that play as they mark it right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Bruins. Clock rolls on. 2:15 remaining here in the first half. Stay with that same formation. They give it to Marquez, and he's got plenty of room. He could have driven a truck through that hole as he stumbles forward. He's close to first down yardage again. I think he's got it. Picks up 10. 1st and goal for the Bruins.
And the freshman is now up to 5 carries and 79 yards.
Wow.
You'll remember his freshman homecoming game.
They got him listed at 6 foot 180. He looks bigger than that. 1st and goal, Bruins from the 9. I think that was Marquez again.
Yeah.
It was, didn't get much, maybe a yard. 2nd and goal from the 8. Time not a factor because St. Bede has a couple of timeouts here. They want to run as much of this time off as they can.
Yeah, you don't want to get the ball back to that very potent offense.
Exactly. 28-13 Bruins. 1:09 to go here in the first half. 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line.
And don't worry, Solomon's got a big leg. They're well within his field goal range.
Here's Bray again. Bounces off of a tackler inside the 5. Let's see where they mark him down. Looks like he's down near the 2, Mike. 3rd and goal.
I'm going to say 1, so he picked up 6.
Yep. It's a long yard right there where they've got it marked. So Bray under center gets a push from the behind, and he's in for the touchdown. The running back Marcus just got right behind him and gave him a shove, and he's able to fall forward into the end zone with 30 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Boy, that would just about what Jim Eustace probably wanted to order up.
Exactly. So extra point try coming here. It's up, and it's good again. 35-13 Bruins with 30 seconds to go in the first half.
That was a 58-yard drive in 8 plays, all on the ground.
That's just what the doctor ordered at that point, Mike.
That's right.
Get the ball on the ground, run out the clock basically, and don't allow that Elmwood Park offense to get back on the field.
Right.
So it's Bray, 4 touchdowns, I believe, in the first half. 4 of the 5.
Yep. And the other one is the 53-yard scamper by the freshman, Landon Marquez. I would expect to see this little squib kick here. Elmwood Park only has 1 timeout left.
Yep. But they've shown that they can score rather quickly, too.
Yes, they can.
So if you can pin them deep, that's what you'd like to do.
But I think that first return of Elmwood Park after the safety touchdown, when he had some good field position, I think that sort of got a little skittish for the safety kickoff team, the special teams, and they've been sort of like squibbing in the other kicks.
That trip into the red zone is brought to us by Edward Jones agent Derek Brayton, by the way. Our touchdown brought to us by SITK Kitchen and Bath. Short kick. You run up on it. He's got a little bit of running room out there. That's not what St. Bede wanted right there. Good field position for the Tigers here with 24 seconds to go. They're going to get it at the 45-yard line.
So they got a chance to.
Yeah, they do, with 1 timeout left unofficially. Ball on their own 45 and 24 ticks to go.
1 timeout. They've scored the last 2 times they've had the ball. St. Bede's had the ball 5 times and scored. So technically, they only their first possession where they didn't score. Each team has got 7 possessions and 7 scores.
Out of the shotgun, Fritz looks now, throws it. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Bruins as number 13 for St. Bede, Evan Entrikin.
And I'm going to say something here. Is a good thing Entrikin fell, because I've seen him move. I mean, that could have very, very, very easily been 6 points. Now I look for Entrikin and Kaywood's going deep here. I'm sure that.
I don't know.
I think with 2 timeouts left, 19 seconds.
You've got the 22-point lead going into halftime. The only thing you don't want to do is turn it over and give the other team a quick score. So I think it stays on the ground. At least I would think so.
Hey, don't forget, you got a quarterback as head coach.
Yeah, that's true. And you're right. Out of the shotgun, Bray throws it deep. He's got a man, but he overthrew him that time. That was Hunter Savage, number 3, streaking down the sideline. But a smart play. He threw it where only his guy had a chance to get it, Mike.
Right. 2 good seniors leaders, Hunter Savage and Seth Ferrari, Gino's older brother, the 2 co-captains, and they've shown great leadership on this team and held them together. And just 2 nice young guys to talk to. We've had a couple conversations with them and over the course of the year. And, of course, Seth says, see, Gino got to be the Friday Night Drive player of the game and player of the week. He says, he listened to me well. I was a good teacher.
Second down and 10 for the Bruins. 14 seconds remaining. They have a timeout left as well. And now the ball thrown a little bit behind the receiver, but the catch is made on the far side. Delatorre got that one. And he's outside the 50 to the 48. St. Bede will take a timeout with 9 seconds remaining here in the half. Hope you're enjoying the game here on WLPO and streaming on our YouTube channel as well. Mike Sabatini finally getting to do a game in the daytime for a change, huh? Nothing better than Saturday afternoon football.
Especially if you're sitting on a college campus.
Yes.
I think, Rick, over the years, I've just become so much more enamored with going to a major college football game and just taking in the splendor and the color and the traditions.
Or at least one college football anyway, huh?
And the history.
College football game, Mike. One specific place did you have in mind?
Yeah,
It would be South Bend, would it?
Well, I sort of was going to say I really like our seats from row 1, seat 35 in the press box at Memorial Stadium, Champaign, too.
Yeah.
But no, it truly, if you ever get a chance to go to a college football game, and Rick, I know you've been doing it, it's just a different atmosphere. It's just
It really is.
It's just a great place,
It's nothing like it.
Yeah, that was St. Bede's second time out with 12 seconds, 9 seconds.
9 seconds to go. Out of the shotgun again. Here's Bray looking deep. Has plenty of time, airs it out, and his receiver fell down with 3 seconds to go, and it falls incomplete. That was Delatorre again, and it was way over his head anyway. Now might be time for one of those little gadget plays here on 3rd and 10. You're only going to have one more play, barring a penalty against the defense.
Or one of those purpose plays to let the scouts from the other team show the team that,
They do run those plays, huh?
I don't know if you'll call a timeout or not, but
Probably not.
no, I think they probably called 2 plays in the huddle. I would
think so. Again, they bring trip receivers to the right side to the Bruins. See what happens. Elmwood Park really deep in their secondary right now. Here's Bray, lots of time, airs it out. He's got Ankiewicz out there, just overshot him by about a half a step, and that'll end the half. Ankiewicz laid out to try and pick that one off, couldn't do so, and that's it for the first half. With the score, St. Bede 35, Elmwood Park 13. More homecoming activity here at the St. Bede Academy after this timeout.
Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. And our cutting-edge printing ensures vibrant, long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the Locker Room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
Rick Sipovic back at the home of the St. Bede Bruins, and it's halftime here. It's been all St. Bede here in the first half, 35-13 over Elmwood Park, and there's two guys walking around here like having to hold their hands in a sling right now. Sean Sons and Rob Rupert, two of the coaches of the state champion Lady Bruins softball team from this season. And guys, Rob, you showed me your ring before. I thought you were asking me to go steady.
Well, actually, I was asking you to help hold my hand up, Rick.
Boy, those are something. I mean, I didn't realize that you guys got things like that for just winning a state championship. It was no big deal.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, we weren't expecting it, and to get the rings, and they had us come in, design the rings, picked out the ones we wanted, everything, and it was just a super experience, yeah.
Let's kind of back up a little bit. I mean, you've had time to savor all of this goings on, not just today, but the state championship run. When did you guys get a feeling that there might be something there once you got into the second season?
Once we got into the second season, I mean, the postseason, I always like to say, the regular season, yeah, it's nice to win, but you got to win the last 8 games if you're going to go all the way. Right from the get-go, right out of the chute, the girls were gelling. Actually, the second half of the season, we really started putting the runs up on the board, and our pitching and all that was stellar. Defense, right from the get-go, from the regionals on. I mean, I can't remember what the differential was, but we've outscored our opponents, what, 40-something to 10 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yes.
Roops, you've been through this a couple times now, making a run in the postseason, and it's a different experience, that win or go home situation.
It really is. In 2019, of course, we took 3rd place in the state, and I thought that was really special. But boy, I'll tell you what, winning a state championship is really special, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication between the players and the coaches to get that done, and it's a great feeling. It really is.
Well, I know your wife thinks that it's really great that you're involved with softball because you're never home.
Well, that's a plus for her. No, she's been very supportive of me since I started coaching out here at St. Bede when I was JV coach, and then when I took over the program, and even helping Sean after him and I kind of switched positions. She's been very supportive all along, so great.
Tell me a little bit about what you go through during the off season. I mean, this doesn't happen when you walk out on the field in April and start playing some games. And it goes long before that. You have to get a bunch of girls who are willing to buy in, don't you?
Oh, for sure, Rick. And really, there really is no off season anymore. Now, of course, you got a lot of girls playing multiple sports, but the girls on the softball program, I would say 3/4, if not more, are playing travel ball. So they're working with their travel ball teams. They all have a personal hitting coach, pitching coach, things of that nature. So there really is no off season. They're really dedicated to it, and they really buy into the culture that we're trying to establish here at St. Bede.
How many of your girls play it on a travel team now? Is most of them playing as they get after the season, just keep on going?
I would believe so. There's quite a few of them that play travel ball. I think of our 9 or 10 starters we had last year, probably 8 or 9 of them all played travel ball. So that's a big plus. Reps are big no matter where you're playing and who you're playing. Just getting experience being out on the field and being comfortable being out there.
Being at a small school like St. Bede, the girls really, in order for the place to survive athletically, they almost have to play multiple sports. The good athletes have to, don't they?
Correct, and we're very fortunate. I'll give you a prime example. Lily Bosnick played softball and track in the same season. Did very well, medaled in both, right? The track coach and myself, Marty McCranston, got together at the beginning of the year, looked at the schedules, and we were both open because we know we have to share athletes. So many times today you hear people about, nope, you've got to be one sport athlete. I really don't buy into that. I think if the more sports they can compete at and have different teammates, different coaching experiences, I think it's for the better.
Well, especially when you see some of the large schools. I have a granddaughter who lives up in Plainfield, and her high school has almost 3,000 students. They really don't have a choice. I mean, you pick one sport when you're in about 7th or 8th grade, and that's really all you have a chance to even make a team for.
Right, competition at that level is, with that many students, it's really tough. So yeah, you have to pick the sport you're best at, I would imagine. As Sean stated, that we encourage the girls to play other sports, gives them a little break from what they're doing, but we also cringe a little bit when we see a Ella Hermes or a Bella Pinner go down on the basketball court or the volleyball court. We kind of cringe a little bit and hold our breath for a couple seconds. But, they're all very good athletes, and we can't deny them that experience.
And that's actually what happened with Ava Balestri, playing summer basketball for St. Bede. Got her knee rolled up on, blew her knee out. She had surgery. I mean, she's back. She's rehabbing right now, coming back strong. But yeah, like Rob said, you just hold your breath. Every time I watch a game that's non-softball, it's like, oh, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt.
Maybe you guys could tell us, let's go back a little bit and talk about the girls themselves individually, as far as who you've got coming back maybe too for another run this coming season.
Well, we lost 2 senior starters. We graduated 2 senior starters in Madeline Torrance and Addie Bonds. The other 7 position players, both pitchers, catcher, first base, shortstop. Of course, there's multiple players that play those positions, basically a utility. They're all coming back. The outfield, we still have our 2 normal starters. Like I said, we graduated Addie. We're looking to move probably a player, Emma Slingsby over from left field to center field, and those other positions are open. And junior, senior, freshman, whoever steps up to the plate, it's next person up, and whoever shows us that they've got what it takes, they're going to be there.
As far as the new conference is concerned, you're in the Tri-County now for first time in a while. I mean, many years ago, St. Bede was in the Tri-County, got out, got back in for everything except for football, like we're seeing here today. But that's going to be a different one. A lot of local rivals for you.
Yeah, we'll play Putnam County twice. We'll play Marquette twice now. We'll play Seneca twice. So we'll make some more good rivalries, and not that they aren't rivalries already, because if the girls can't get up for a game against Putnam County or Marquette, why play the game, right?
Exactly.
Yes, we'll probably still play some of our local teams. I would like to think that we'll try to get Hall on the schedule and try to get LP back on the schedule, and we've talked to the athletic director and told him we would like to still play the Rock Ridges and the maybe Sterling Newmans and some of the teams that we competed against before.
Yeah.
To double up our competition.
Exactly. You can never play too many good teams as far as that's concerned. It just makes you better in the long run.
Right. As a matter of fact, we're, because of the multiplier and winning state, we got bumped up to 2A. So it's very important to have those tougher games on the schedule and test your mettle going into next season. You play who you have to play, but it's if you can see those reps against some really, really good teams, I think it hones you for the postseason.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming by here at halftime, and if you got an extra one of those rings laying around, I can make sure that I get my size to you beforehand.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for having
Rick,
us on.
thanks so much. Thanks to WLPO, WAJK, all you do for athletics in the area, and we really appreciate having you around.
It's our privilege. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Coaching staff from the St. Bede Academy State Championship Girls Softball Team has been our guest here at the halftime break. We got one more break to work in right now, and we'll take it right now. Commercial break time here on WLPO.
Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. And our cutting-edge printing ensures vibrant, long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the Locker Room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
Up here trying to frantically add up his crayon marks on his paper over here, and we'll have stats for you in just a minute or two.
Rick, do you realize how long it's been since I had a sprint 50 yards?
Don't do it again. I don't want to have to pick you up later.
Actually, I thought I set a record for the 4-minute mile when I did that 50 yards.
By the way, our extra points in this ball game are brought to us by the Financial Plus Credit Union. Our touchdowns brought to us by Someone's in the Kitchen in Princeton. And our red zone activity brought to us by Edward Jones Derek Brayton, your financial advisor. It has been an ideal day for football so far.
But the defense has taken the day off.
That is true.
Rick, just real quick, we've had over 500 yards total offense in the first half.
Wow, that's incredible. And we've still got a little ways to go here in our halftime activities. And Mike, if you could, why don't you just go ahead and go with what you've got so far as far as the scoring plays and any other additional stats. Take your time with those. And
well, okay, why don't we just take a quick look here first for Elmwood Park. They've totaled 193 yards total offense. They've rushed the ball only 4 times for 3 yards total gain. Completed 11 of 16 passes, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions for 190 yards. Penalized 4 times for 30 yards. They've just had they've just turned the ball over twice. They've actually got 7 first downs, all via passing, and that will wrap up the stats for the ball club from Elmwood Park. For St. Bede has 14 first downs, 3 out of 6 on third downs, 1 out of 1 on fourth downs, 5 penalties for 30 yards. They have not turned the ball over. They've rushed 25 times for 288 yards. Completed 7 of 11 passes for 136 yards. Total offense 424. Max Bray is having the game of a lifetime. He's rushed for 4 touchdowns, and he's also picked up on the ground 16 carries, 141 yards. Then it was Landon Marquez. He has caught 6 passes, rushed 6 times for 80 yards and a touchdown. Alex Ankiewicz has got 3 for 55 yards. And that would be where we're at with the individual offense. And St. Bede has not yet punted in this ball game. And Elmwood Park will get the second half kickoff. But the last scoring drive of the half was St. Bede's longest play-wise with 8. But before that, the longest drive was 6 yards. They've had a 5-yard touchdown drive and 2 3-yard touchdown drives. Or 3-play touchdown drives, excuse me.
Time for a scoreboard update brought to you by your Spring Valley McDonald's. Quick, fast, and courteous. That's the key at the Spring Valley McDonald's on Route 6 in Spring Valley. Go to some college football updates for right now. USC leading it over Colorado. 48-34, that's in the fourth quarter. Clemson 31, Syracuse 14. That's also in the fourth. There's a couple of final scores for you. Penn State easily over Northwestern, 41-13. Kentucky upset Florida today, 33-14 the final in that ball game. Illinois just underway at Purdue. Later on this evening, if you're looking to look at some prospects, the Blackhawks travel to Minnesota to take on the Wild. See Connor Bedard. He had an auspicious first preseason game where he had a couple of assists, and he looks like the real deal, I'll tell you that. Later on, the Cubs and the Sox are both playing. Sox entertain the Padres. The Cubs are up in Wisconsin taking on the Brewers for the final 2 games of their death march to the end of the season. And 3 weeks ago, if you'd have said the Cubs aren't going to make the playoffs, I would have said you're crazy. They had it all but wrapped up, and everything just kind of fell apart. Everything that was working for them quit working. They're not getting any timely hits anymore. Pitching staff just seems to be worn out as well. So we'll see what happens as far as that part's concerned, but it doesn't look like the Cubs are going to make it to the playoffs. And again, our thanks to McDonald's of Spring Valley for our scoreboard updates here this afternoon. Mike, as far as adjustments here at halftime, if you're St. Bede, what are you doing? I mean, your offense has been pretty much flawless so far, but the defense really isn't stopping much of anybody.
I think the defense is surprised by the quickness of the receivers on Elmwood Park. So I don't know how they're going to. I wonder if they'll go to something like a 3-5 type of alignment or something, get another guy in that middle zone area where they seem to be, getting open on those little quick slants and try to slow it down and maybe, plug the middle up a little bit. And for Elmwood Park, I don't know what you can say. They have some size, but they just haven't been able to corral the quickness of the St. Bede running of the quarterback and the freshman Marquez. They're just like a couple of runaway cat bulldozers right now.
They really are, and we talked about Ferrari being a guy that we would see offensively a little bit more, maybe at quarterback, but Max Bray has had such an unbelievable first half. I don't know that you can make that change.
Well, you don't want to break up the momentum right now because Elmwood Park has shown that they can move the ball and score quickly.
Yes.
And I think that last drive of the half where St. Bede put the ball on the ground and scored with
30 seconds remaining in the half.
40 seconds left. I think that's just the way that Coach Eustace drew it up. And I think, we thought he was going to throw up, and boy, Evan Intrican came an oink close of pulling in one with 3 seconds left in the last play of the game.
Yeah.
But right now, I think for St. Bede, remember Al McGuire always used to talk about that first 3 minutes of the second half in a college basketball game was always the most important. And I like to equate that to football. The first possession of the second half in most games is always the most important for both teams. So this is going to be important for the St. Bede defense to get a stop. And if Elmwood Park wants to keep this game within reach, they're going to have to show that they can move the ball down and score and make it a 2-touchdown game.
So both teams back out on the field, and we're about a minute and a half or so away from the kickoff where St. Bede will be kicking to Elmwood Park for the second half. Somebody better remind the fans to come back for the second half. Most of them are mulling around out in the commons area behind us.
Well, there's a good bunch of guys from the class of 73 that are mulling around that barrel with ice or out it over at the 50-year reunion tent, too. I don't know what they got in there. It must be some flavored Kool-Aid or something. Maybe it's lemonade. I don't know.
You just never know, do you?
No, you don't.
And Mike Brown, I know you're going to make your way back into the reception in LaSalle later on?
It's actually Peru in the old West Clocks building. I think the last time I was in there, it was a sporting goods show, and it had a guy by the name of Bart Crabb hosting the show. So that's we're AJ.
We are.
I'm no kidding, but great. It's been. But I don't think it could. If you wanted to ask for, if it was about 10 degrees, 12 12 degrees cooler, it would have been
The
absolutely
players would
ideal.
probably appreciate that, yes.
But I mean, we got a nice breeze coming on our way, and it actually looks like the sun is not bothering any of the players too bad. And I know sometimes in the afternoon games, depending on a high sky, I know if it was a baseball game here, the outfielders would not appreciate playing right now in this with that high sky.
So the team's ready to get things going here in the second half. St. Bede looking to get their 4th win of the season. Elmwood Park looking to get on the scoreboard as far as wins are concerned. And but I just can't even imagine a team with this kind of offense having that trouble as far as getting a W is concerned.
I don't know what the rest of the schedule looks like, but thinking about from some of the other teams in this conference, I can't help but think that there's a couple of teams that they won't be able to handle. I'm not exactly sure who they've played in the conference all the way this year. So we'll find out. Looks like we're ready to kick off the second half.
Ball is in the air and down range. That might go out of bounds, and
I
it would have, I think.
If he,
but it's picked up, and then stepping out of bounds with it is Michael Fritz.
That's the second time that's happened for them.
If he lets that one go, it goes out of bounds. It comes out to the 35. But kind of lost track of where he was on the field. And
that might have been the first time the sun may have interfered. Because
hard to tell. He was kind of looking into it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, let's see where they marked the ball at. I'm not sure.
Looks like it's about the 18 or so.
Well, they've shown they can move the ball, that's for sure.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers here to start the second half at the Academy. Bruins lead it 35-13 here at halftime. They need a football.
That's right. You cook off with your own football, but then when you play, all the different teams seem to have a different brand, a different style of football, whether you like to run a lot or throw a lot. And, of course, they get an old beat-up one to kick with because it generally has a tendency to go a little further.
Hey, inflate gate, is that what you're saying? Here's the handoff from a rare run for Elmwood Park, and they get some yardage. They're outside the 40, out to about the 43-yard line.
25-yard gain.
Johnny Barada, number 4 on the carry that time. So from the 18 all the way out to the 43.
You caught everybody by surprise that time, including the St. Bede defense.
Yep.
Now we'll see him open it up.
Well, that could make their passing game that much more effective.
That's right.
With a run sprinkled in here and there. There's the play action pass. Fritz whips one to the sideline, and a great defensive play made over there by the Bruins. They had the wide receiver screen set up, and stepping in to make the tackle, I'm trying to pick up a number on the far side. Looked like that might have been Ferrari.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure who caught the ball.
A loss of 2 on the play. It'd be 2nd down and 12. Make it 13. They're going to call it a loss of 3. That was just a heck of a defensive play over there. Fritz, again, drops back the pass, and it's complete. Catching that one was Michael Fritz, number 10. Going to be short of the first down by a couple yards. Called a gain of 11 on the play, 3rd and 2. So a big play here in the early going of the second half for St. Bede. Ball just in their side of the field at the 49.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt if it'll be a 4th down try if they don't pick it up here.
There's that pass to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Fritz misread his receiver, who was Michael Fritz over there, who flattened out the route, and he led him down the field a little bit. So it's 4th down and a couple. And they're making no attempt to bring in a punter.
They're 0 out of 2 on 4th down conversions here, and so far in the game.
Early test for St. Bede here in the second half.
Oh,
and they jumped. He went with a hard Houghton
Fooled
got
their
his
own
own
man.
guys to drop. So back it up 5. It'll make it 4th down and 7 now.
That's 5 penalties for 35 yards on Elmwood Park. Bruins also have 5 penalties for 30 yards. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to. I'm just wondering if they even. Well, of course, the first punt only went 13 yards.
Yeah,
so.
that tells you something right there.
Yeah.
Two safeties deep for St. Bede here.
I think there
Corners on either
They might be
side.
back a little bit too deep.
Here's Fritz. Steps up. He's got a man. And he gave up some yards. Now makes the cut upfield. Nice play by Danny DeHoney, who's able to take it for the first down and get deeper into St. Bede territory. They're going to mark it right at the St. Bede 40-yard line. So a pickup of 9 on the play. And it's 1st and 10 here for Elmwood Park.
And how many times do you see that when you give up yards like that, 9 times out of 10 you don't make it?
Now a quick pass to the flats goes to Jose Garcia, and he rolls out inside the 30, inside the 25, and down at about the 22, 23-yard line. Clock stops with 10 minutes even. Now they wind it again as the first down sticks are moved. Three receivers go right now for Elmwood Park. They give it right up the middle. Handoff goes to Johnny Barada again.
Boy, he is right. I tell
Rolls
you,
inside the 10 and knocked down near the 5-yard line. They mark it at the 8. Tough angle for us to see the exact yard marker from here.
16 yards.
1st and goal at the 8.
41, 4 carries for 41 yards.
Fritz calls out signals now, gives it again to Barada.
Wow, that big
stands
line
up
open.
one man, stands up another. They finally gang tackle him. Doesn't get into the end zone, but he's close.
Boy, that big offensive line fired off and
They've
opened up
got
a
some
nice
size up front. They're down to the 1 right there.
7-yard gain.
I mean, they've got guys in their offensive line 300, 275, 265, 280. So they've got some beef up front. In fact, off the air before the game started, we were thinking, why wouldn't they try and play some power football with guys that side?
Well, maybe they found an answer at halftime.
8:40 for the third. St. Bede up 35-13, but Elmwood Park knocking at the door of the end zone. They hand it off, and they don't get anything at all.
That was 2 guys. We may have lost.
Actually, Fritz faked the handoff. He kept it himself.
Yeah. And
he knocked backwards as he tried to get inside.
Loss of about 2 on the play, I would say. Looks like it's back at the 3.
Let's say the ball's on the 1 still, Mike.
Okay. Well, we'll just call it no gain then.
Yep. Third down and goal. They give it to Barada, and he just powers his way into the end zone for the touchdown. It's only fitting that Johnny Barada, the running back at 5'11", 210, like a little bowling ball out there, who was responsible for most of the yards in that drive, is able to take it into the end zone. Anthony Gutierrez will attempt the extra point here. Snap is good. The kick is downrange and no good again. He pushed it right again. So that's 2 that he's missed wide of the goal posts on the far side. And with 7:56 to go here in the third, the St. Bede lead is cut to 16. Still a 2-score ball game, though, Mike.
And now you need 2 two-point conversions. And that drive, a very efficient drive of 72 yards. And that drive covered only, that was a 5-play, That was 82 yards in 10 plays, so nice drive. Of course, on the bad side of it is you haven't shown any way that you haven't shown any inclination that you can stop St. Bede yet, and they've taken almost over 4 minutes off the clock. I would think one of these times you have to try and steal a possession here, because St. Bede's defense has not shown any inclination of being able to stop Elmwood Park.
And vice versa, Elmwood Park has not stopped St. Bede at all either.
Like I say, it's your Thanksgiving Day touch football game.
So Gutierrez will kick off for Elmwood Park. He's into the football now, downrange.
I'm surprised.
And it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be moved out to the 35, where St. Bede will take over, first down and 10.
You know, the St. Bede field position in this game, they've taken over on their 35. Well, they've had one on their 7-yard line, and other than that, everything else has been either out by the 40 or the 35.
So the Bruins with the football at their own 35 to start this drive. See if they can keep that running game going here. That looks like Ferrari in a quarterback right now.
Number 8.
Here's the handoff up the middle, and Marquez again stumbles. That was Bray. There's number 9 still in there. Marquez, though, rumbles all the way out to the 49-yard line, where it's a 14-yard gain and a Bruin first down.
94 yards and just 7 carries for freshman.
In fact, the St. Bede will have a couple runners over 100 yards in this one, as Bray was over 100 in the first half.
Yeah, he's at 141 yards already.
Here's Bray, calls out signals, man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Bray keeps it himself, stumbles forward, and they stiffen him up now. After a gain of probably about 3 or 4, they really stood him up and didn't give him a place to go that time.
But again, as the late, great Don Wiskowski said, if you get 3 yards a try, you can't get beat.
That is true. So call it a gain of a short 4 on that play. Second down and a long 6. Here's the handoff up the middle, goes to Marquez again. Goes off that offensive right side. He got some big blocks over there and was able to stumble forward and ends up getting it to the 42-yard line.
He's over.
Make it the 41-yard line.
He's over 100 yards now,
of
Rick.
Elmwood Park. Yep. That was another
nice tackle there
by Marquez. Looked like he was going to go for some yardage and end up getting cut down after a very short gain on the play.
I don't think he ran that where he was supposed to. I think he was supposed to be off tackle, and he decided he was going to see if he could try to break it out. And, Elmwood Park has got some quickness. There's a nice reaction on the linebacker on that side to keep it to a very, very minimal gain.
Second down and call it 8. Here's Bray, looks to the sideline, finds a man over there, and that's, in fact, Evan Entrikin.
Yeah. Well, he's close.
Short gain on the play. Not going to have first down yardage.
About
third down and about 5 coming up. So a gain of 3 on that last pass. So another third down try for the Bruins. They've done okay there this afternoon. Fake it to Marcus. Bray has some room. Then he's closed on and knocked down short of first down yardage. St. Bede will go for it after gain of about a yard. It's almost 4th and almost 4 right now. Short 4, close to 3. Clock running, 4:50 remaining here in the third. 35-19, Bruins with a 16-point lead. Big play here in the second half. For Elmwood Park, they'd like to get off the field defensively. Here's Bray. Follows the lead block of Marquez. Chugs ahead. I don't know if he got there.
Oh, he's
Short.
I think he's short.
I don't think he got there.
I think he's
a
short
yard
too.
short. See where they mark the football. Bray thinks he has it. I think he might be the only one who thinks he has it.
I think
Did not get there.
Well, now the St. Bede
So
defense is
gain
going to
of
have
3, he needed 4. So a big hold for the first time. Elmwood Park's able to stop St. Bede with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. This game's still in doubt.
And St. Bede has stopped Elmwood Park since the first time they've had the ball. And they gave them pretty decent field positions at their own 37.
Make it the 31 right here.
Okay, 31, all right.
Fritz with only one back alongside of him in the backfield. Still trying that hard count. It just hasn't worked for him since very early in this game. Gets the snap from center, looks on a little slant play, and I think that ball was dropped, wasn't it?
If it was completed for only about a yard. No, I think it, yeah.
Yeah, they're giving him the completion, but it was for about 2, maybe 3. Well, look at where they're marking this ball.
Wow, in the heck, wow.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah, generous, yes.
Gain of almost 4. Second down and a
probably about
short 6 or a long or short 7 or a long 6. Fritz fakes the handoff, looks over the middle. He finds a man.
He's got that. They got that
first
play.
Down yardage. That little slant is there. Michael Fritz is able to haul that one in and get all the way out near midfield. They're going to mark it at the 48 of Elmwood Park, where it's 1st and 10. .338 in the clock moving here at the Academy. Homecoming 2023. Taking their time getting this play ready. Low snap. Fritz handles it anyway. Looks over the middle, finds a man in the middle of the defense. That's Janice Ponce.
And that was well covered.
Jarius Ponce.
22
with the big
yards.
reception all the way down to the St. Bede 30-yard line. 18-yard pickup. 1st and 10, Elmwood Park. How many first downs do they have, Mike?
Now they have 15.
Wow. Clock moving, but
so is Elmwood Park.
35 points is probably not going to be enough for St. Bede in this game to win it. You don't say that very often in a high school game. Bad snap. They still get the handoff away. They get it ahead to Johnny Barada, who just rumbles like a ball of thunder right there, and is able to get near the 20-yard line, where it's another first down. Quick 10-yard burst. They almost missed the handoff there.
They did.
And really close to not getting it there because of the bad snap. But both Fritz and Barada made the adjustment. Twin wides to the left side. Single wide receiver goes to the right for Elmwood Park. Single back set. Barada gets the fake from Fritz. Now he scrambles. He's got a little bit of running room, and he takes a shot. He's still up, though, and now forward progress is stopped.
Got a nice gain, though.
Yeah, a gain of almost 4, probably. Down to 2 minutes to go here in the third. Conley in on the tackle that time for St. Bede. Boy, they really take a lot of time. They don't huddle per se, but they take a ton of time getting their plays ready.
It's been effective.
It has.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how they have not won a game.
I agree. Here's Fritz. Looking deep. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Well defended over there by the Bruins. That was Carson Riva who got a hand in there at the last minute to break that one up. It was intended for Jose Garcia, number 7. And Riva just was there to get just enough of it to break it up. So 3rd down and 4 for the first down. Ball at the 14-yard line of St. Bede.
You know, if they don't get a first down here, you got to think about, would they try a field goal because they need two scores and two two-point conversions.
Fritz gives it to Barada, and I think he's got a first down. He's very close if he's not there. Yep, he's inside the 10. At about the 8, 1st and goal for Elmwood Park. St. Bede shifting some people around up front, trying to get a little more beef in there. 1st and goal from the 8 for Elmwood Park. Here's Fritz, rides the handoff and keeps it himself, and not much going there. Stumbles forward for a yard or two. Mark it at the 5. So a gain of 3. 2nd and goal from the 5. If this is a running play, this could be the last play of the quarter.
Makes you wonder what happened if it would have went to that running attack early.
Exactly. St. Bede is not huge up front. That's why they have a little trouble there. Now wide open receiver in the end zone. Held on to for the touchdown. Jarius Ponce, number 6, is able to hold on to it after he got hit right as the ball hit his hands. That's touchdown Elmwood Park. I can't believe they're going to go for 1. They're down 10, so it'd still be a 2-score ball game if you cut it to 9. And this time it is good, but it really doesn't serve a big purpose for them, Mike.
No,
So with 14 seconds to go here in the 3rd, it's a 9-point game. 35-26. What was St. Bede's biggest lead, Mike?
It was the 21 points. It was, I think, 35.
I think so.
Yeah.
35-14, I believe, was the biggest lead for St. Bede. Now that lead down to 9. But again, if they go for 2 and make it right there.
That's right. Now you got a 1-score game.
You do. You would have, but now you got a 2-score game. Kicker's got plenty of leg for a field goal, so that could be a factor later on.
Now they've scored touchdowns the last 2 times they've had the ball. And it's only been the 2 interceptions that have stopped their offense. That was a 65-yard. 15-play drive.
So they ground that one up.
Yeah.
The bulk of those yards coming on the ground. Not typical for Elmwood Park on the season. Here's Gutierrez. The kick's fairly short. Going to be fielded at 25 on the run. Up the middle they go and get it out to about the 38 or so, where St. Bede will take over 1st down and 10.
And Elmwood Park is sort of quiet at this huge homecoming crowd.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, we talk about the first possession of each half, and St. Bede failed, and Elmwood Park scored.
Here's Bray, gets the handoff ahead to Marquez again. He's ahead. He's still going inside the 50,
10,
down to about the 43-yard line. So that's about a 28-yard run for Marcus to start the drive.
19 yards. Here we go.
Okay.
19 yards. We'll give him, and he's now at 100.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. St. Bede back on the run again offensively, but their lead cut to 9 after 3 periods of play. St. Bede 35 and Elmwood Park 26. We're back to the academy after this timeout.
The Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. And our cutting-edge printing ensures vibrant, long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the Locker Room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
John, you there?
Bray fumbled the ball, Rick. I don't know if he got it. I think they singled St. Bede's ball.
St. Bede ball. They're all the way down to near the 10-yard line.
I see the guy getting up off the bottom of the pile. I think it was one of the linemen that bailed out St. Bede there.
I think we missed a touchdown moments ago.
That was number 3 for St. Bede. Recovered that ball, and it's 1st and 10 St. Bede.
So that was Hunter Savage who recovered that one. So Elmwood Park scored to make the score 35-26. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter, and St. Bede on the run again here down to the 11-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Now that ball, Bray just took his eyes off of it and dropped it, and he ends up with a big loss on the play. It's going to come back all the way out near the 18-yard line, so it's going to be a loss of 7 on the play. Bray was looking to do something with it before he had the ball in his hands. So 2nd and 17 for St. Bede. The lead cut to 9 after leading by as many as 21 in the first half. See if we can come away with a St. Bede victory here now. They're going to have to put one in the end zone here eventually, Mike.
Yeah, because they haven't shown any way that they haven't shown any that they're going to stop Elmwood Park.
Here's Bray, wide open man. He throws it a little bit behind him. That was Entrick in on a slant. near the 9-yard line, and it was thrown behind him a little bit. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 17. St. Bede may start thinking about a field goal, Mike.
Well, I think Solomon's got the leg. From this spot here with the 10. If he's at the 17, that would be what, a 34-yard field goal. Well, now we got somebody calling a time. We got a timeout being called there.
St. Bede takes a timeout here.
Yeah, I think that's the first one of the half for either team.
I think they were a little late getting that play in too, Mike.
That was the crucial 3rd down play. And we talked about St. Bede having problems in the 3rd and 4th conversion area. And St. Bede is 1 out of 2 on 4th down conversions, but they are just 3 out of 9 on 3rd down conversions today. So again, the problem that's really posed St. Bede at home all year has been 3rd and 4th down conversions and turnovers. And the 3rd and 4th down conversions is popping up here to cause the Bruins a little grief.
So here we go. 9:24 to go. 35-26 St. Bede. Again, Mike will have a recap of the scoring and a brief look at some of the numbers in this ball game after the game. Now we've had some intermittent technical problems. We apologize for that. Hopefully we're on the air for the most important part. That's the stretch drive here. 3rd and 17 for the Bruins. Ball on the 18-yard line. They can get a first down near the 1. They'd much rather have the touchdown right here. Here's Bray. Quick pitch goes to the outside. They get it to Ferrari, and the ball hit the ground. It's incomplete. He underthrew it. He had Colin Hunenberg there, and he threw it so quickly. He didn't have a hold of it, I don't think. Ferrari didn't, and threw it kind of like a shot put, and it ended up short. So 4th down here. I don't see the field goal team coming on. You're right, it'll only be about a 35-yard field goal or so.
This is going to be, right here, it's either a touchdown or a touchdown or you turn the ball over. I mean, it's...
Yeah, unlikely to get a first down near the 1.
Unless there's a penalty that would give you a first down. I wonder if they're going to sell out and send the house after Bray this time.
They're counting right now. They're going to get a delay of game if they don't snap it. Just got it off in time. The back judge was counting it down. Thrown in the corner, the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
Wow, what a
wait for the call.
I don't know who caught that, but what a throw.
That was Hunter Savage, I think, number 3. Oh, it was 8.
Seth Ferrari, the other quarterback.
Yeah, it was. He had a 3 and an 8 out there, and 8 was the guy who got it. So a huge play by the Bruins as they convert on 4th down, get a touchdown, and lengthen their lead back out again. Extra point by Solomon coming here. He's been pretty good today so far, and this one is up, and it's good again. 42-26 Bruins. That was big.
Oh, that was absolutely huge for St. Bede.
So back out to a 16-point lead. It's a 2-score game, Mike, but you just don't know. It's been an adventure to convert at all an extra points for Elmwood Park in this game.
And that's a big difference right now in this ball game.
It is. St. Bede, I think, has converted on all of theirs, haven't they?
Yeah, that's what now, 7 out of 7?
6 out of 7?
6 out of 6. Solomon.
Yeah, 6 out of 6, excuse me.
It's 42-25, okay.
So the Bruins will kick it off from our right to left, or from west to east here at the Academy. Glad you're with us here this afternoon.
62 yards in 9 plays.
So ready to see if we can get this one down range, and popped up a little bit from the 21-yard line, cutting to the outside. That was Timothy Chillis, number 8, on the return. And it's going to be out right at the 30-yard line where Elmwood Park takes over 1st and 10.
You know, it doesn't matter where they've taken the ball over. They've just moved the ball wherever they have the ball.
They have.
They've scored. They've had 6 positions. They've had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So the St. Bede defense has not really. Well, they've had 1 punt in there right prior to the interception. So they have not really shown any. The St. Bede defense is not showing any idea, any way, or have come close to slowing down that offense. I'm impressed with it. I can't believe this team has not won a game.
Offensively, they're a good-looking team.
Yes, they are. Very well diverse and very well executed.
Fritz throws one over the head. His receiver almost picked off. Coming up and diving was Carson Riva to try and get that interception. Went off his hand, 2nd down 10 after the incomplete pass. Fritz has kind of got a funky motion over there delivering the football, doesn't he? Kind of throws it sidearm almost.
Yeah, but it's been effective.
Oh, he has.
I mean, he's got 141 yards, or no. Let's see, 161 yards passing.
2nd down 10, 9:02. Clock stopped here in the final period. Homecoming for the Bruins. There so far it's been successful. Up by 16 here in the 4th. Fritz back to pass again. Throws one to the side. Man stays in bounds. That looked like Jarius Ponce again, brought down by 44. That's Gavin Marquez, I think.
Pick up a 5. Got half of what he needed.
3rd down 5. Handoff goes up the middle to Barada, I believe. It's going to be short of the 1st down, though. It's
not much, though.
4th down and a long yard.
You know, are they going to call a timeout here? I'm wondering here.
I'm not sure.
It's 4th and 1. Yeah. Now this would be the spot.
Clock running now. We're down to 8:20 to go. Twin wides to either side. Single back set for Elmwood Park.
They'll be going to.
And now Elmwood Park has to burn a timeout. That's their 2nd. So they've got only 1 remaining.
No, that's only their 1st that I have.
I thought they burnt one early.
Well, St. Bede burned one.
That's what it was. You're right, Mike.
So
you are correct. Elmwood Park burned a couple in the 1st half.
Early on.
Yeah, early.
One with less than 2 minutes gone in the game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this is a. You know what would be a bad call here would be a fake punt.
Well.
But I don't think that would fool St. Bede.
I don't think they would either.
Because they haven't really punted all day. So
I have a feeling you're going to hand the ball off.
I think you're going
to the human bowling ball.
Yeah, give it to Barada.
Give it to Barada, who has really been tough to bring down at the initial point of contact in this game.
9 carries for 70 yards. Or do you fake it to Barada and drop back and air it out? Because by the time they did that, they had a 65-yard touchdown too. We'll see what happens here.
8:12 to go. Big play in the ball game for both teams here. Here's Fritz, another low snap. He handles it though. Looks over the middle. He's got a man again for a 1st down inside the 50.
7.
Was caught by Jose Garcia, number 7.
17 yards.
17 yards and a 1st down for Elmwood Park in St. Bede territory at the 46. Clock rolling, under 8 minutes to go now. St. Bede up by 2 touchdowns and a couple of 2-point conversions. Elmwood Park dropped the pass. Fritz gets out away from one man, looks downfield, and he overthrows a wide open receiver again. I think that was Ponce streaking down the left side.
Boy, dangerously close to crossing the line of scrimmage that time he was.
So an incomplete pass makes it 2nd down 10. Clock stops, 7:41 to go now. Slot receivers to each side now. Wide outs to either side as well. Here's Fritz. Lots of time. Fakes the pass. Now steps up. Has a little bit of room, and now St. Bede closes on him. Good tackle by Hunenberg in the open field to limit the gain to about 4. 3rd down, call it 6. Clock continues to roll. It is St. Bede's friend now. You want that clock rolling. 3rd down 6 for Elmwood Park. St. Bede playing pretty deep with those safeties right now. Here's Fritz. Has plenty of time. Now pocket closes on him. He goes down.
That's absolutely huge right there. That makes it 4th at about 13. Loss of...
In on the tackle for St. Bede is 55, Connolly. Want to make sure that's the right 55. Nope, it's Quinones. Oh, no, Quinones is for Elmwood. Okay. I was right the first time.
Well, this is it here. This is the ball game for
4th down
team.
and 13 here.
Now, they had a 4th and 17 earlier and didn't have any problem picking it up with that little pass over the middle.
That's right. Fritz does just enough in the pocket to make himself tough to bring down. Well, they got him that time. Now a bad snap goes through Fritz's legs. He's down. He recovers it.
Boy, that could be 15 yards there. Very fortunate for St. Bede.
St. Bede will get the ball way back inside the Elmwood Park 40 at about the 38-yard line. So a huge play. We've talked about the snaps from center being off a little bit, almost the whole game for Elmwood Park. And that time it just got through Fritz's legs.
And that
St. Bede dodges a bullet, and now they're in business with a chance to put more points up on the board.
Well, he lost loss of 11 on the play.
Wow. So 1st and 10 Bruins at the Elmwood Park 38.
That's the best field position St. Bede's at all day.
If it's not over yet, it will be. St. Bede to get a man on the field late. They were a man short. Now the handoff goes to Marquez again, and he thunders down near the 30-yard line. Pickup of nearly 8 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 2. 5:50 in clocking here in the final period.
That's 132 yards rushing on just 12 carries from Marquez. That's exactly 11 yards a carry.
Yeah. Not bad.
Of course, his first carry was 53 yards.
That skews the average a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. But now, theoretically, every first down is 2 minutes off the clock. So even if you pick up a couple of first downs here, this game is probably, you would think, okay.
Yep, should be.
But,
But you just don't want to turn it over quickly, that's for sure. Here's the handoff again to Marquez, and he stumbles forward for a yard. I think he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, though.
No, they're going to say no gain, so that makes it 3rd and 2.
He must have touched down early, yeah. You're right, no gain. But the clock rolls on inside 5 minutes to go now.
Just 3 out of 9 on 3rd down attempts for St. Bede. Well, that's the big thing now. It's under 5 minutes. Elmwood Park have to score twice, and get an onside kick because they got to get a 2-for-1 on possession.
Here's Bray, follows Marquez as the lead back. He's got running room. First down and more, inside the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Bruins. 30-yard scamper by the senior quarterback, Max Bray, and the Bruins have put this game out of reach with 4:25 to go.
He now has 198 yards rushing on 23 carries.
Extra point try coming here. Offensive explosion for the Bruins here this afternoon. It looks like the defense is going to be just good enough. Extra point try is good again by Solomon. And it's 49-26 Bruins with 4:25 to go. And the Bruins are going to get their 4th win of the season against 2 losses.
And that was,
and importantly as anything else, Mike, they keep their playoff hopes alive.
And it has not been easy at all. This has been
It's just one of those games where they're fun to watch for fans, but coaches probably don't like them very much.
Neither do Statmen.
You need a page of stat extender.
Oh. Let's see here.
So let's see what the Bruins can do here.
That was a 38-yard, 8-play drive.
Our touchdown brought to us by Someone's in the Kitchen. The extra point brought to us by Financial Plus Credit Union. The trip in the red zone brought to us by Edward Jones, Derek Brayton, financial advisor.
I would be willing to bet we just saw a record set. I don't ever think I can remember a St. Bede kicker going 7 for 7 on extra points in a game.
Well, it may have happened, but it would have had to have been before you were keeping stats, which had to have been a long time ago.
Yeah, almost the long as being the Golden Bede.
Here's a short kickoff, picked up on the far side, and they'll chug ahead to about the 37-yard line or so. So 4:19 to go. Elmwood Park will have it at their own 36-yard line.
Well, they got to start. Well, come on there, Mr. Webb Hampson, little Weber.
Got off the field in time.
That's right.
With the football. He's the ball boy here today.
Showed a better sprint than those 50-year-old guys out there for the Golden Bede.
Here's the handoff goes ahead as they hand it to Barada. Chugs out near the 40 for a gain of almost 4. St. Bede will gladly give that up now.
Oh, yeah.
Those 4 or 5 yard runs take lots of time off the clock.
Right.
Inside 4 minutes to go now.
Well, they came back quick. They had 2 plays called. I like it. Well, they got to play quick now.
Yep.
I mean, and they got to score in a hurry.
Handoff again to Barada, and he's going to be stood up short of first down yardage.
I honestly can't understand this. I mean, you gotta get more than 3 yards of clouded dust right now.
So third down coming up. Third down about 3.
I mean, I'm not saying they run up the flag.
Yep.
But
3.5 minutes to go. That's it.
I mean, they're doing St. Bede a favor right now.
They really are.
I mean, by the time this ball snapped, it's going to be under 3 minutes for the fourth down play, or the first down play, or first down, depending on what happens here. There we go.
Here's the pass to the flat by Fritz and finds Ponce.
He
gets inside the 50. An ankle tackle made over there by the Bruins' Hunter Savage.
One of the St. Bede co-captains. And, Coach John Gaughan in his favorite senior leadership, and he held his ground and didn't give up he gave up the pass play, but he made sure that they didn't get the big, huge play out of it.
First and 10 at the St. Bede 47. 2:45 to go. Fritz fakes the handoff out of the play action. Pocket closes on him, and he's drugged down like a bulldog by Mason Moreno. Moreno just rode him down like you're roping a calf out there from behind for about a 3-yard loss, second down 13.
Yeah.
Ride 'em cowboy there.
And that's one of the few times that they've had, they're jogging here like they got all the time in the world. I mean,
well, they do pretty much now, Mike, because this one's over.
Yeah.
23-point Bruin lead with 2 minutes to go.
Not showing any urgency at all right now. Well, I'll tell you, I think St. Bede got a lot. Well,
now a whistle on the play.
My guess is they weren't set.
Yep, you're right. Illegal procedure against Elmwood Park.
Only the second penalty in the second half.
Both teams have cleaned it up penalty-wise here in half number 2.
Yes, they did.
Marked the ball back to the 45-yard line of Elmwood Park.
You know,
I would be second down and about, 18?
I would guess, yeah, it looks that way. I would not want to be in Bill Booker and Mike Beema's defensive huddle tomorrow.
Well, I don't think they'll be practicing too much tomorrow, but Monday anyway.
Who knows?
Now Fritz, lots of time, rolls out, throws it downfield, almost intercepted. Went over the head of everybody. Gino Ferrari in the general vicinity for St. Bede. Clock stops with 1:28 to go on a 3rd down and 18 coming up. So the Bruins, with the win here this afternoon, will next play on Friday night at Garner South Wilmington.
No, St. Bede will play Dwight at home.
Dwight Garner South Wilmington. It's all
it's
one big consolidation now for football. So that's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
Here's Fritz downrange. Throws it over the top of everybody. His receiver downrange was Danny Dehoney. And one more play here for Elmwood Park with 1:22 to go. And unless they have a 4th and 18 play in their arsenal.
Well, they had a 4th and 17 play earlier.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here. St. Bede has that umbrella defense back there where they just kind of open up and guard against anything too deep.
But, you know, that's the area that they've picked up most of their yardage in, though, when they've dropped in that middle area. It's wide open.
Now you want them to throw underneath.
That's right.
You think you can close on them and stop them before you can gain 18.
I think their quickness, though, has surprised St. Bede a lot today. They've picked up, they've thrown underneath, and they've been able to pick up the first down yardage.
So 4th and 18, here it is for Elmwood Park. Fritz has 4 ever, and the ball is thrown away incomplete, and that's going to do it. It was intended for Jacob Zaluska, and it was incomplete. St. Bede takes over on downs now. And all they're going to have to do is run it into the line a few times. This game will be over. I'm going to give that St. Bede offensive line some credit here today. They've kept Bray pretty clean in the pocket and also opened up some holes in the running game.
Yeah, I think when you see the totals at the end of the game, it's going to be
you're going to be astounded, I think, with how much offense that Elmwood Park has.
Yes.
So St. Bede with the football here. That's, I think, maybe Ferrari in the quarterback now. It is. A handoff inside. It goes to number 25, Devin Stile, if that's the correct number for him. Plunges ahead for about 3 yards.
I think 22 is Jose De La Torre.
Was that 22? I thought it was 25 who got the
was
handoff.
it? Oh, okay. Well, maybe, okay.
De La Torre's playing out wide.
Okay. All right. So let's add him to the mixture here.
37 seconds to go. This could be the last play of the ball game here. Ferrari barks out some signals, gives to that same running back again, Stile. And he lost a yard on the play. 3rd down 2. I don't think we may not run another play. Yep. That's going to do it. From the academy, the Bruins make it a happy homecoming. Final score, St. Bede 49, Elmwood Park 26. Take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
15 out of 24.
The Locker Room in downtown Spring Valley is your home for all things team sports. Choose from our huge selection, from jerseys and uniforms to hats, bags, and more. We specialize in customization. The experts on our experienced team help you with design, fabric, sizing, and print methods. And our cutting-edge printing ensures vibrant, long-lasting designs as unique as your team. The pick is in. The home team at the Locker Room. From design to delivery, we've got you covered.
Over Elmwood Park. And it's time now for our Bill Walsh drive of the game. Find your next ride at BillWalsh.com without doing any driving at all. And Mike, I think we agreed that the drive of the game was going to be the first drive of the football game for the Bruins.
That's right. St. Bede took the ball on the 35-yard line. They drove 65 yards in 6 plays. And Max Bray took it in on a 48-yard run. Ryan Solomon added the extra first point, the first of his 7 extra points on the game, and it just sort of set the tone for the game.
Time now for our player of the game, and it's brought to us by First State Bank. Locally owned, committed to exceptional service and banking products like Zelle, FSB's premier checking account, and on-the-go mobile banking. To learn more, contact the winning team at First State Bank, member FDIC. I don't think there's any way you can get any place but number 9, Max Bray.
Right. 23 attempts rushing for 198 yards. On the passing end of it, 9 out of 15 for 150 yards. So that's an accumulation of almost
350 yards.
350 yards.
Oh, man. How many touchdowns did he have?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 touchdowns.
Other than that, he didn't do much.
Yeah, he just showed up and waved a little bit.
So Max pretty much took the afternoon off, other than some of the best numbers you're going to see in a long time. One more special award to give out right now. That's the Holmes Auto Parts turnover of the game. Turnover caused by St. Bede in this game, of course, is brought to you by Homs. And if you worry whether your car is going to turn over next time you get in it, visit Homs Auto Parts for a new battery. Go to St. Bede. Go St. Bede from Homs Auto Parts in Peru. There was some turnovers in this ball game. I don't think any more important, Mike, than the first turnover of the game that St. Bede is able to get. An interception by Alex Ankiewicz.
And what that did, too, is that gave the St. Bede the ball, and they just set the tone. The first 5 times that they had the ball, they scored a touchdown. They got that touchdown, and then they sort of put Elmwood Park behind the 8 ball. And because I think when you look and see the yardage Barada got late on the ground, that sort of took them out of it and forced them to pretty much go Air Express the rest of the entire game.
So there are your special awards of the game for this one. The drive of the game, that first drive by St. Bede. The player of the game is Max Bray, and certainly our turnover of the game, the interception by Alex Ankiewicz. We got to work in one more break. When we come back, Mike, we'll have a look at the numbers of this ball game. Won by St. Bede in homecoming 2023. Happy? St. Bede comes away with a homecoming victory, 49-26 over Elmwood Park. Here with a look at the final numbers is Mike Brown.
Well, Rick, we had almost 800 yards total offense in this game. St. Bede ended up with 554 yards total offense. St. Bede rushed the ball 39 yards for 398 yards. They attempted 13 passes, completed 9 for 156 yards and a touchdown. Passing-wise for Elmwood Park, they attempted 24 passes. They completed 15, 183 yards, and they picked up 41 yards on the ground. For St. Bede, it was the Max Bray show as he completed 9 out of 12 passes for the 156 yards and a touchdown with no interceptions, and he rushed the ball during the ball game 23 times for 198 yards, 5 touchdowns. St. Bede goes to 4-2 on the year with the 49-26 victory as they get ready to play the Dwight Gardner South Wilmington for senior night next Friday night at the Academy and trying to guarantee their 5th win to become playoff eligible.
Our thanks to Mike Sabatini on camera out here this afternoon and John Small doing yeoman's duty back at the WLPO studios. For Mike Brown, I'm Rick Sipovic saying so long from Homecoming 2023 at the St. Bede Academy.